that ends well. Real Madrid dominant on the island. They win 1-0 over Mallorca. Luis, what do you make of Real Madrid's performance here?
Well, actually, a very practical performance. A very slow first 45 minutes, just waiting to see what Mallorca was going to show. Mallorca was very happy with that point, with that 0-0 in the first 45. And then Real Madrid increased the tempo, started making some changes with the introduction of Vini Jr. The pace of the game just changed straight away. A couple of good actions, a good goal from Tchouaméni, a little bit of deflection. But it's true that Mallorca, when they woke up, when they tried to bring a little bit of danger in Real Madrid side, it was already too late. They were behind the score by 1 goal, and it's very difficult to get back to Real Madrid. That he was in possession, he was dominant, and again, they were looking for that one. Get that goal, get the 3 points, keep that gap between them and Barcelona, and focus on the midweek game against Manchester City. That is the bigger one. For Mallorca, it was a pity because I think that they are going to get in trouble. They are 6 points away from relegation spot. Today was a good option to get that goal, to get that equalizer and get maybe a point. That it will be a fantastic one for them for the rest of the season. But in the end, it's the movie we've seen so many times. Real Madrid with a slow and flat performance, getting the 3 points and getting ready for the big matches.
Craig, you look at the list of guys that got a rest. Cruz, Camavinga, Carvajal, Vinny, and Rodrigo. All those guys started the game on the bench. That's big, isn't it?
Yeah. And Barca gave 8 players a rest, so you could see what it was all about. Obviously, Toni Kroos, important. He got a rest because he's in his 30s, played a lot of football. So Modric comes in today, but Kroos will play obviously in Manchester. And I think in particular, maybe you could have talked about Bellingham getting a rest today, but he's a youngish guy, isn't he? But so he's looking for a little bit of form. He's lost that little bit of edge recently, but it was an amazing start to the season from him. But I think the importance was to give a rest, not so much of a rest, but to make sure the 2 front guys, who are going to be giving Guardiola palpitations for the next couple of days, because he'll be thinking about how are we going to cope with Real Madrid on the counter-attack. Real Madrid are not going to outplay Man City. Ancelotti knows that. The players know that. But City know how dangerous this team are going to be if they get sloppy, if they get pressed, if they give a ball away. And that's why it's so important, I think, that Kyle Walker is available and possibly plays, to have that insurance policy of his pace. Because Vinicius and Rodrigo were a handful on the counter-attack in the Bernabeu. And that's what Real Madrid will do all day long, all night long at the Emirates. They will wait and they will wait and they will wait. And if City get themselves in bad positions, as they have done in the Premier League this season, many times it's not been their strong point, then this Real Madrid side will punish them. So it is a real cat and mouse game. But we know the way it will go in terms of the flow of the game. And Real Madrid will just wait and they'll be patient. And then if City expose themselves, boy, they're going to be a handful to stop at the other end, as they showed when City got a little bit slack defensively in the Bernabeu in midweek. They got punished big time.
Can I ask you about Andre Lunin? Obviously, he's had a good season playing so far.
Yeah.
But last couple games, certainly at the end of the game that we just witnessed, there was some shaky moments. Do you think that could be a disadvantage for Real Madrid in the second leg? Is that worth a concern for them?
Well, at the end of the day, any goalkeeper that makes a mistake in a big game, it's a concern. So if he makes the same mistakes again, then it is. He got cut out from the Bernardo Silva free kick. There is no doubt about that. He tried to read it. He then got himself back across and had a bit of a weak hand, and it went in. He's been a good shot stopper this season for them. But look, he's no Thibaut Courtois, but he's the number one, and he's just got to make sure that he does the basics. And he got caught out in midweek. But I get the feeling if Real Madrid do go out, it won't be because of him. It will be because City have outplayed them and maybe create all these chances, and maybe Rudiger doesn't handle Haaland and they don't handle Haaland like they did. Don't forget De Bruyne will be back as well. He was ill before the game in the Bernabeu. So look, Real Madrid have had their problems all year. Goalkeeping problems, full-back problems, centre-half problems, and they have dealt with it admirably. But they're going to need another big push to keep this City side out. Bear in mind, last year, do you remember 4-0? Don't expect that, but it is going to be a tough night for them, potentially, at the Etihad. And they're going to play in the counter. That's what they're going to do.
6 goals in the first leg. Luis, what kind of game do you think we get in the second leg?
Hopefully similar. It was exciting to see the two sides just going ahead. And we were talking a lot about the goal away, if that is beneficial or not, or if that proved that is good for the game, for the supporters to see that the two teams, they go ahead not thinking about what is going to happen in the second leg. And I think that's been fantastic, and we have enjoyed so much. So I expect Manchester City to bring another gear in the game when they play at home. I expect Real Madrid to wait and see. I'm looking forward to see if once again Ancelotti is going to make that change between Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. Rodrigo, we saw him during the game that he was lying a little bit on the left side, making Vinicius Jr. coming down to the center a little bit more. Let's don't forget that one of the goals was from Vinicius Jr. making the pass through in between the lines for the run of Rodrigo. So it was a little bit of change, tactical change that Ancelotti did, and I'm expecting him to do against the same. So let's see how Manchester City manage that situation. And apart from that, I think it's going to be a very, very exciting game. A lot of speed. Manchester City needs to bring that level higher. I didn't like the way that they play a little bit in Real Madrid, just waiting and having possession without much intention, just moving around Real Madrid players. I want them to be a little bit more aggressive going forward. And that way, I think that we are going to see a fantastic game once again.